This was my trip to sub-Saharan Africa. The trip began with me going to the Pittsburgh International Airport. I left there to go to my first destination, Cape Town, South Africa. This was a picture I took from the plane. Shortly after, I went to the Castle of Good Hope. Did you know that the Castle of Good Hope is the oldest colonial building in South Africa? After that, I went on an aerial cable up to Tabletop Mountain, which is actually a plateau. Good thing I'm not afraid of heights. I ended the day by looking at a beautiful sunset at Camps Bay. I had a wonderful day at Cape Town. I woke up pretty early and left the group to go parasailing by Robben Island. I also got to go to Robben Island. Now we go to the Kalahari Desert. I am going to the Kalahari Transfrontier Park in Botswana. In the Kalahari Desert, it was very dry and hot. When I went to my hotel, I was greeted by 2 lions. This is what my hotel looked like. I stayed up to watch the sunset, which was amazing. Then I went to bed. I woke up at the crack of dawn because I had a lot of things to do that day. I got a little tour of the Kalahari Desert and I saw a bunch of animals like antelopes, lions, a large variety of birds, and last but not least, meerkats. Now, I leave the Kalahari Desert to go to Chobe National Park. This is what my hotel room looked like. After I unpacked, I went on a safari and it was so fun. Did you know antelopes use their horns to fight each other and protect themselves? Elephants are the most abundant animal in the Chobe National Park. We even got to go up close to a herd, and it was so fun. Every zebra's stripe pattern is different. Although they are big, hippos can reach speeds of 19 miles per hour. Lions can weigh up to 400 pounds. And giraffes are the tallest land animals in the world. Now we leave to go to Victoria Falls. The Zambezi River flows southeast into Victoria Falls. We went ziplining and we also went bungee jumping at the same bridge. It was so cool seeing Victoria Falls from that view. I went to bed and got up the next day to go whitewater rafting. With that whitewater rafting tour, we also went hiking. And we eventually found ourselves at the Devil's Pool, swimming. This was our tour guide flipping into the water. After that, we went to the Cavalli Forest National Park. At the Cavalli Forest National Park, it is much like a rainforest. This was my tent at the Cavalli Forest National Park, and the view was outstanding. I decided to walk on a trail. We saw lots of monkeys, chimpanzees, and apes. In fact, there are 13 different types of primates in the Cavalli Forest National Park. Here are just a few of them. We also saw lots of colorful birds. Now I go to Nairobi, Kenya. I went and walked through the wealthy part of the city. Then I went to bed. I woke up the next day and traveled in the back of the city, where poverty is overtaking it. In fact, poverty is what most of the city is made out of. I decided to take a risk and go to Mogadishu Somalia. This was my view from my hotel. Although I was warned, I still went. There were warnings of terrorist attacks and suicide bombings, but I found the bright side and went to the Mogadishu Mosque. This was my hotel room. I was relieved to hear that we were finally leaving. Lastly, I went to Timbuktu Mali. Yes, it is a place. This was my hotel room. It was outside on a balcony. I couldn't believe that this was all sand. I can barely make a sandcastle at the beach. I couldn't believe that my trip was already over and I was already going back home. But Pittsburgh is a beautiful place, and I will always love to live in Pittsburgh. That was my sub-Saharan trip to Africa.